drafted him.
Yes, but he didn't play for us.
How do you guys have Dr. J, Oscar Robinson, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar not win multiple chips though?
Yeah, dog. Come on.
But see, imagine how unique that
question.
jersey is to have.
That would be a unique jersey.
It's like having a
Nice.
it's like
Good
having
thing I
a
didn't write that, bro.
Kenny Britt
Keep
Tigers
track
jersey.
of these.
Nobody has that.
I know, an authentic car washer though, or car dryer.
Car dryer?
Authentic car dryer.
What the fuck is that?
Kenny Britt
That Kenny
jersey.
Britt jersey.
He played for the Rams too. Why do you hate him?
I washed my car with his jersey.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Nah, he was cool.
Are we live or are we slide?
We are live with Room Full of Football.
Kenny Britt was the one chance we had to get an endorser of this podcast.
Yeah, he's like watching right now. Yeah, fuck this.
Oh yeah, fuck Colorado.
Makes like a rap diss about Colorado and Room Full of Swag. Hey, that put us on the map then.
But every time he says our name, he just like bleeps it.
Yeah.
So they never
Room
find
Full
out.
of. He says it with an F instead of SW.
Wait, no, this one is football.
No, Room Full of.
Football.
Yeah, this is football.
Oh, yeah. But it says Room Full of Swag up there, didn't it?
No, it said Room Full of Football.
Oh.
I always put Room Full of Football in these ones.
What are you doing? You want me to write it down? While
Somehow we got 2 views. Oh no, I'm just writing down these.
Well, hurry
But
up.
do you want to explain, or do you want me to explain?
That's what I'm saying. I don't really know. I'll write it down for you.
You would rather write than explain? It's not that hard to
Basically.
explain. All right, so today we're doing our Mount Rushmore of running backs, but we're doing it a little differently than normal. We're going to do 4 different types of players. We're going to take an all-time great, so you know, one of the top 10 players, top 10 running backs of all times. You got to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, got to have over 10,000 yards. Can't ever have played for the Saints. Things like that, you know.
We technically we don't have any all-time running backs yet. Kamara's there.
That's what you were
Kamara's getting
doing,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other 2. We also got current players.
The other 2
So
categories.
they
Oh.
they have to be in the league right now, and they have to be on an active roster, and they have to be at least playing. So like, you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna pick this guy who is gonna take 4 carries because it's the end of his season, like his career. And then we got the non-Hall of Famers, but they are retired for at least 5 years. So they finished playing football, retired, and it's been 5 years. So now they qualify for the Hall of Fame, but they're still not in. I'll set up a wheel real quick to find out who's going to do what.
You're gonna get up and show the camera.
I can. Wheel of Names. So we're going to be doing a snake draft. So the way this Wheel of Names is going to work, if it lands on your name, you get to pick where you want to go.
You have to look how to spell someone's name.
No, I was just going to put it in the same order as that.
Oh.
All right. So,
You didn't do a picture?
a picture? What do you mean? I could
Instead
actually.
of the words.
I could bring. Oh no. Takes too much time.
This
All right.
generation soft.
So go.
Ask the bugs.
Click it.
What?
Christian, where do you want to go?
Where do I want to go?
What
Yeah,
pick
first,
you want?
second, third, or fourth.
And we're doing like
Snake draft.
Snake.
4th.
What color am I?
Yellow.
I find that offensive.
Why?
Because I'm Asian. Some bullshit.
I'll go first.
Bullshit. No. Hate this why it's bullshit.
Some bullshit.
Yep, that's backwards.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I could have just wrote it down if you wanted.
Alright. And is it going to be Wyatt or Jordan? Jordan. and you were red that time. Do you want
I'll go 30. I mean, third.
for
Go
30th? All right, let's spin for Wyatt.
It's an honor thing, though.
Wyatt doesn't get to go.
All right, Wyatt, do you want
I almost
second or second?
I almost
I
predicted
guess
the
I'll
order
take
perfectly.
second.
Just had to ruin it, though.
The back to back.
All right.
I was trying to get that, too.
So, I'm up first with my first overall pick. I'm going to do a current player, and I'm going to snag Derrick Henry.
Wasn't even on my list.
Oh, wow, you got the stuff on.
Marcus, did you?
Huh.
What do you guys
All right. Wyatt.
think?
Last time we
Second.
came over, there was
Yep.
pin all over this.
All right. Well, with the second pick, I'll go ahead and also pick my current player, Jonathan Taylor,
Also wasn't on my list.
as current player, not on your list.
I knew where you guys were gonna go.
He's just going to pick Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
We know
Is he?
Jordan.
he is.
I'd like to reside with my team real quick.
30 seconds on the clock.
Mhm. For my underwhelming player, I'd like to take Sean Alexander.
That's good.
Wow, we think
That's
he's
good.
underwhelming.
Is that SEAN or
Yeah.
SHAW?
He was, but he got
I think
hurt.
it's SHAW.
It ruined his whole career.
I don't think there's an A. I think it's an AU.
Made the
Or
cover, man.
there's no.
Yeah, it's AU in.
Yeah.
Exactly. Made the batting cover.
Wait,
I was
underwhelming.
this close to taking pay.
Not your greatest average.
Y'all said injuries.
Yes,
Would
but
with
like,
that.
was
he
he a
only
first
had
round
like
pick?
3 years.
Was he a first round pick?
Yeah,
Really?
pretty sure he was.
He only played 3 years.
Like
Good
on
years.
top.
I gotta look up his numbers to see how well. I mean, it's his pick. It's his pick, you know.
Nineteenth overall.
Okay.
He did not have 10,000 yards.
Yeah.
Played from 2000 to 2007, but when did he get hurt? Is the real question. Offensive Player of the Year, MVP in 2005, scoring leader in 2005, All Pro 2005.
I don't know. He had 5 really good seasons.
I feel like he would be like your not Hall of Fame player.
Bro.
Yeah, Man's had 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns, then 1,100 yards and 16
And
touchdowns,
he did all this in 5
1,400
years.
yards and 14 touchdowns.
I mean, we could
1,600
say
yards.
his career was
16
underwhelming because
Of
that,
the injury.
he only had 5 good ones and then was just kind of gone.
I guess, but he still had 896 yards the following year on 252 carries in 10 games.
That's not good.
10 games and 900 yards? That's not good.
Okay, but Derrick Henry's like already where he
Okay,
was.
but
and
Derrick
Henry has
Henry's-
more time to go.
Derrick Henry's going to be considered top 5 running back of all
Can you
time.
tell me if Sean played another 5, he wouldn't have been?
Dude,
No,
Like that?
he went from 1,800 yards to 800 yards.
because of an injury.
Exactly.
And then he was like gone after that.
He played 2 more years after 1,800 yards.
I don't even know if that's because of an injury, though, because he had.
You don't remember his injury?
Well, I mean, I'm saying, but look, he's only 100 yards less.
Because that's probably when he got hurt.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, 100 carries less. If he took 100 carries, he's not reaching 1,800. He would barely. He would have like 12 to 1,300. He would basically mimic the second season he was in the league.
What?
But he couldn't because he was hurt.
Because if you take this, he had 252 carries on 896 with 896 yards. You take those carries, and let's break it down. 200 carries, he had 800 yards basically, right? You give him another 100, he's going to have 400 more yards. On average.
But that's what
with
he,
that
that's
average.
his point. Is his hurt made his career underwhelming?
Yeah.
But he would have only had 400 more yards that season.
Do you see
Only?
Sean Alexander as an all-time great?
How
no,
is,
but
Would
he's
you
not a
have-
bust.
How
Would
is
you?
tw-
I never said.
you
didn't
acting
say
like
buzz.
1,200 yards is chump change.
It's not, but like neither is 900.
Okay, but then what do you do after that?
He retired.
Because of what?
He had 700 yards, and then 24.
Somebody please tell this man Sean's underwhelming for what you thought he was going to be.
Coming out of college?
No.
He went 19th overall.
And he didn't even get
Alright.
10,000 yards.
I guess.
We would have all seen him as a top 10 running back if he didn't get hurt.
All right, well, it's Christian's turn.
Jesus.
Alright.
Hey,
gonna
it's
go
good to have
With
disagreements.
my
you know what I'm saying?
my underwhelming pick as well, I'm gonna go Reggie Bush.
Damn it.
See, I was thinking about that, but I was like,
And then
y'all say they don't have to be a bust.
with my other pick, I'm gonna go all-time great, take Walter Payton.
Would you like to make your point on those? Like I had to with Sean Alexander.
No one's
If anybody
arguing.
wants to
No
argue
one's arguing those picks.
I was actually upset he picked Reggie.
Let's be real. How is Walter Payton an all-time great?
All right, you can get off the podcast.
Bro, Nance is a Packers fan, and he's arguing that a Bears running back is an all-time great.
All right, not Hall of Fame. I'm going Bo Jackson.
That's a good one.
Man, I can't believe he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I know,
That's
right?
crazy.
I had to look it up just to
Did
be
you
sure.
know who I was talking about upstairs when I said that?
Were you talking about Bo?
Yes, because he
Yeah.
could be an all-time great.
Oh,
And because he is an all-time great, you know what I'm saying?
See, this makes me tempted to pick somebody just out of spite
that's
Okay.
funny.
for my not Hall of Fame.
Oh, you're not going to have the chance.
Oh. Alright, your
But I'm
pick.
just saying, isn't Bo a little underwhelming
No, that's
also?
why it's big.
No, it's yours because we're going Snake.
Yeah, I was first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right? Bo's a little underwhelming also, right?
I mean,
No.
his career was, yes.
Yeah.
But he
I
was,
guess.
he, like Sean, would have been top 10 if he didn't get hurt.
All right, so you can swap those guys if you got a problem with Sean.
What? Who's your
All
next
right.
pick?
My next pick.
I didn't make the rules. I just bit them to my liking.
I'm gonna go with my goat and take Barry Sanders.
You know, just like his initials, that's BS.
All right, well, I got back-to-back picks. For my not Hall of Fame, I'm taking Eddie George.
So that's the one I was going to just do out of spite.
He should be in the Hall of Fame
Why is he not then?
because the committee hates the Titans.
Because he was good enough, son.
Earl Campbell's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he played for like 12 teams.
He did not.
Like 3.
I thought he just played for the Oilers.
No, I swear he played for the Colts, didn't he? Or am I thinking somebody else?
I think
Played
the
for
thing
your
is,
franchise, dog.
Yeah, when I was like not born.
And shouldn't you know these things?
No, he played for...
Did Archie Manning ever play for non
Bro, he literally played for New Orleans.
for what, like half a season?
1.5 seasons. Did
No.
nothing with y'all.
Archie Manning only had one winning season.
Did he? I can believe it.
He's the only
So-
quarterback to play 7+ years without a winning season. Then he got a winning season and then played 2 more and was gone.
Is Earl
He got 2 more
Campbell
losing
considered
seasons.
underwhelming?
Huh?
Is Earl Campbell
Camber
considered underwhelming?
his career ended by injuries.
Well, he played 2, 4, 6, 7 years, just like Sean, and only had 9,400 yards.
But
Kind of
was
just
it
like
ended by
Sean.
injuries?
I don't know.
Or did he just walk away from the game?
It was
I'm
in 1985,
I'm
so
not saying Barry Sanders' career was underwhelming,
no, because he had 18,000 yards.
but I'm saying if he walked away because he was just done, I wouldn't say it's underwhelming.
Well, for my most underwhelming, I chose Archie Griffin.
Yeah, this dude was dead.
No, I'm the one who brought him up to my dad. And then he's like, yeah, he was a 2-time Heisman
Why'd you
winner.
take Chris Johnson, bro?
Because he wasn't underwhelming.
Dude, he had the most yards in a season ever.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Most scrimmage
Oh,
yards
scrimmage yards. Yes, he did.
ever. But he's
His-
not an all-time great.
But
Therefore,
his-
he's underwhelming.
But he could be a not Hall of Fame great.
Did he
don't
even
deserve
end
to
with
make the Hall.
10,000 yards?
Yeah, he had like, I think, like right under 11.
I'm just saying, AP went like this. Your boy went like this, and it was like,
How did AP go like that? He played like 20 years and literally
he
ended
made
with
it
like,
though. He made it to 20.
Yeah,
He
he-
Chris Johnson.
and he ended with like 3,000 more yards than
Right.
Chris Johnson.
Bro, no.
Yes.
Don't do that to AP, dog.
But he also was suspended.
By the way, he didn't play till 20 years.
No, he played like 17.
Did he?
played
I think it was
14.
14.
He drafted like 08 or something. You should know.
Who?
AP.
Why should I know this?
Because he ran all over y'all.
Well, let me tell you about Archie Griffin.
Ow.
Mans was a 2-time Heisman. Killed it at Ohio State. One of the greatest college running backs of all time. Got into the league with the Cincinnati Bengals.
2007.
That's close.
With the Cincinnati Bengals. And this man's only produced,
Why are you making the point to just me?
because you're the only one looking at me. I guess why it is. 2,800 yards in 7 seasons. That's 400 yards a season, guys. That's the most underwhelming player ever in history to come out of college. A 2-time Heisman.
Are we trying to get the like worst guy for underwhelming? Because I was trying to get the best guy for underwhelming.
I guess it's your interpretation, and I'm going to post it on Facebook and Twitter and see what people vote.
Because
And
if it's a running back room, I think I'm whooping. If my underwhelming guy's going up against Archie Griffin and Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush,
Reggie was good. He wasn't Sean Alexander.
He also wasn't good.
out of
Look at his stats, bro.
I know, but out of college, that man was supposed to be like.
Supposed to be.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, are we trying to pick the worst?
I thought we were.
Oh,
That's what I thought, too.
That's why I-
No, I thought we were trying to get the best.
That's why
Like
my
a
next,
bust, yeah.
My next pick
No,
was
like I
gonna
thought we
be
were trying
Ron
to
Dane.
create the best team.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were trying to do.
Yeah, but you're trying to fit those specific
Categories.
categories.
Yeah. Mine fit. I don't know.
But Reggie Bush isn't a good running back. He was a bust.
I mean, he was just good.
He was considered a bust.
Because the ceiling was so high. They thought he was going to be LT.
And he was
So is it my turn? Now?
Cedric Benson.
No, it's mine.
Oh.
I go with Ron Dane.
What's wrong with Cedric Benson?
Ron Dane for my
Who?
bus. Exactly. Heisman winner
Out of where?
in Wisconsin.
How
Did you already
old?
pick your bus?
How old?
Oh,
Sean
Sean.
Alexander.
He was
Can't
back
believe
in
no
the
one named
90s.
Trent Richardson.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
Huge bust.
Yeah.
I had Eddie Lacy on my list.
He was on mine.
I also had Beanie
That's what I
Wells.
thought you were gonna have on yours.
Yeah, he ate too many cheeseburgers.
Soul food. Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Eric Dickerson for my all-time great.
Alright, so I just need my non-Hall of Fame, right?
Now you should need two things.
Yeah, you
Current
need
and
current
non.
player and non-Hall of Famer.
Oh, okay.
You got the last pick of the 3rd round and first pick of the 4th round.
So current Kamara.
I told you guys.
Man, that's a real toss-up for my non-Hall of Famer.
I mean, since I already got mine, do you want to know the ones I had?
Okay. Has he been retired 5 years? I don't think so.
Who?
Marshawn Lynch.
No, he's been retired like 3.
I don't know.
And he's probably going to make the Hall of Fame.
Raiders years.
It's like I'm
Will
debating
he?
on who I think was a better
Oh.
overall back, and then who was my.
He should make the Hall of Fame just based off that run against the Saints.
You would think, but you never know.
Well, I think he's too much involved in the media. So they're
To
like,
not make the Hall of Fame.
yeah.
I mean, I definitely think he's good enough. I just don't know for sure. You can argue a lot of these guys were good enough to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like Eddie George.
Yeah. Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson.
Well, Steven didn't make the Hall of Fame.
Not yet. Not
I'm
currently.
gonna go Tiki Barber.
He was in my underwhelming.
It was between him and Maurice Jones-Drew.
For not Hall of Fame?
I mean, that's not
All right.
that big.
Jordan, your current player?
My current, since the rest of my squad is so stacked, I'm going to go with potential and say potentially Saquon Barkley doesn't get hurt.
Over Nick Chubb.
Hey, if he's at his best, man.
And if he's at his best, he's Nick Chubb.
If he if he's at his
faster than
best,
Nick.
if he's at his best, he's still not as good as Derrick Henry.
Let him get a good team around him.
You're saying the Titans are good? Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, the Titans are good.
Yeah, how do they get the first seed
Be
if
the
they're not
Giants.
good?
I know, right?
Everybody tried to say they're still not good.
No, they say Ryan Tannehill's not good.
All right.
Saquon will take that team.
You're
in a
not Hall of
heartbeat,
Fame.
I got two people, but I don't know who to pick.
Well, you can only pick one.
You know,
James Grant. Oh, Ryan Grant.
Who's that?
Arian Foster.
Did you say Aaron Foster? That's a good pick.
He was on my list.
Ryan Grant, dog. Ryan Grant.
That might have been better than
You
Tiki
bleed
Barber.
green and yellow.
I understand.
Bruce Jones Jr. is a better pick than Arian Foster.
And that's one of them that I'm picking between this MJD or Chris Johnson.
Both are really good picks. I would say Chris Johnson, but that's just me.
Jose Maurice Jones-Drew had a better consistent career.
Yeah, I'm gonna go MJD.
Why was that so loud?
All right,
Because I think that track can
with the final pick of the 2022, July 5th, Mount Rushmore of unique running backs.
It's the longest name in history.
Young Pyramid selects his all-time great, LaDainian Tomlinson.
My team smashed.
It's
dog.
just me or is LT not even top 5?
I don't have top 5.
Who do you have over?
There's no way you have Eric Dickerson over LT, bro.
Yes, I have Eric Dickerson over
I'll
LT.
put Eric Dickerson over LT.
He had three straight 1,800 yards, bro.
LT has the most touchdowns
Touchdowns in a season.
and in a career.
I don't care. Played longer.
Brandon Marshall has the most touchdown catches in the season. Seeing your all-time great receivers.
As a running back?
I said all-time great receivers.
You said Marshall Falk, right?
No, I
It's
said
a
Brandon
Brandon
Marshall.
Marshall.
I was like, what? I mean, Brandon Marshall's probably top 20 of all time.
But Carmelo Anthony's not.
Who said that?
You.
Top 20 receivers of all time?
Yeah.
I don't know about that yet.
Yeah.
No, top 20 Bears receivers of all time.
He was
Okay.
there for 2 years.
Still, he might.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He did have some good years.
That only took 22 minutes. 23, but that's not bad. I do have a tournament too. I forgot. I wrote 2 that one time. So we can do that if you guys want as well. But let's talk about these lists.
My team smashing up.
Well, one, I
Say
don't
well.
think
We feel, yeah.
I don't think Sean Alexander is a bust.
Alright, flip him and Bo.
I feel
know,
like Bo would
definitely not a bust.
also not be a
He only
bust.
played like 3 years.
But
I mean, I bet you those franchises are like, damn, what could have been.
That's what I'm saying.
with Sean Alexander, bro.
Alright, switch him and Bo.
You can't.
He literally
Bro.
had one of the best seasons ever. Made like the Madden cover and shit. Played 2 more seasons after that where he didn't break 1,000 yards and was gone.
It's because I didn't take Peyton Hillis, don't mean y'all gonna hate on me. But
Whoa.
Peyton Hillis definitely
What
just
happened
rode the
to him?
wave of like 2 good seasons. That was
bro, this guy you are saying is not underwhelming. 2,782 yards, 18 touchdowns.
Total?
Yes,
Bo
total.
Jackson had 2,000 yards total. That's a crime.
Almost 3.
Okay, yeah, you can switch.
Thank you.
That is a
Jesus.
crime.
We all have it in our heads. He played like 6 years.
Honestly, yeah.
He played like 2.
The
Right.
thing is, we
Who
weren't
taking
around back
baseball though, Dion or Bo?
Dion.
Dion.
then. Or Michael Jordan.
Dion.
Yeah, still Dion.
Even Bo before he got hurt though.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Dion's like one of the fastest dudes ever, man.
So was Bo.
Allegedly.
What?
His 40 time isn't official.
You know who else's wasn't official? Eric Dickerson.
That's not true.
Bet.
So going back to this LT thing, who do you have? Who are the 5 guys you have above LT?
No order.
I'd say
I don't care
Walter.
about order.
Walter Berry,
Yeah.
taking Eric Dickerson,
Yeah, I'd take Eric Dickerson.
taking Marshall,
Mm-hmm.
and I think about AP.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
I'd
he
take-
was
I'd
cold,
take
dog.
it.
He was cold, but
I'd take
think
AP
I-
over him.
no, I think I'll
I'm-
take LT.
I'm taking for sure Marshall though.
No, I'm not.
Bro, you're tripping.
I'm taking LT.
I'm
over
also not
Marshall.
taking
No,
Marshall.
Marshall went to 2 Super Bowls.
LT has
on
more.
better
Hold on,
team.
hold on.
Controversial.
Hold on. He
I'm
won an
taking the
MVP.
Chiefs.
No, I mean, technically.
Who?
OJ.
Who?
Marshall's got an MVP.
O.J. Simpson.
He came in
Who?
second 3 times for MVP. What more do you got to do?
I
He's
mean,
got the ring. LT
Besides
don't.
the touchdowns, what'd he do better than AP? And that's could just be a statistic of the team running him at the goal line.
Okay. LT had Phillip Rivers
He's a
as
running
his
back.
quarterback.
Bro,
He's a running back.
Adrian Peterson had 40-year-old Brett Favre.
And that was like his best guy in his whole career.
I know. What are you talking about?
He had no receivers around him except for Antonio Gates,
He had a dude who just died, Vincent Jackson.
Vincent Jackson, I
He
guess.
had
What does that have to do with
Because
running game?
offense, that's weapons.
He had Darren Sproles as his secondary.
If you don't have a
and Michael Turner.
if you don't have a good receiving game, then and all that you're doing is running, they're
They
gonna
had
stop
good
you.
receiving game. What are you
Who was
talking
throwing
about?
for the Redskins or before Brett Favre came to the Vikings?
Not a Culpepper.
That was not with AP.
I don't know. Chase Keenum?
That was way after Brett Favre.
Yeah, I have no clue.
That's what I'm saying. And who was on that team receiver-wise besides Sidney Rice?
Percy Harvin?
That was after.
No, it wasn't. That was the same time as Sidney Rice.
Okay, but Brett Favre wasn't even on that team
'Cause then he
when
went to the
ran for
Seahawks.
2,000 yards.
Dude, AP and LaDainian Thompson are so fucking close and everything. It's like ridiculous.
Do you have like side by side numbers?
Yeah, see, like,
How the hell?
except for touchdowns, they're like fucking close and everything. We're talking like not even a full yard and stuff.
That's insane. This might be the closest debate in history.
You know what? I've changed my mind. I probably will take LT.
Hell yeah.
Because he's got the better hands, but it's close.
Who
Okay,
fumbled more?
If we're talking
AP
hands,
or
so are you
Simpson?
putting hands in your like receiving yards?
No,
in your
I was
discussion?
just going with him.
Okay, but are you? Like, is that part of why LT's high on your list?
I would say yes.
So then why is Marshall Falk not better than him?
Because total yards,
Marshall Falk has.
LT has.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
How many
Marshall
total-
Falk.
Marshall is 8 all time. In all-purpose yards.
But the
Or
real,
no, maybe scrimmage. It's scrimmage or all-purpose. I don't know.
the real comma though is where we put in Pierre Thomas.
On the back burger.
Hey, that means he's right.
I'll take LT over Emmett also.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even. Emmett's such a
I mean, he was
stat
good.
padding piece of.
But he was good, though.
Stat padding.
He was okay. He had one of the greatest lines of all time, and he played for 21 years or some shit. Of course, he should have all.
I don't
those
think he
stats.
played that long.
I'm pretty sure it's 20 or 21 years.
He
or
played from
He went-
1990 to 2002.
He went and played for the Cardinals
20
for
something.
a
Oh,
little
that's
bit, right?
no way.
That's 12 years.
He did not only play for 12 years.
It says.
Hmm.
Got drafted. He played for the Cowboys. Okay, not 2002, 2004.
So 14 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty long for a running back, though.
It is, but like
How long
AP
did Gore
played that
play?
long. Who?
Frank Gore.
Probably a while.
What was that, like 16, 17 years?
Something like that.
Frank
So why is
Gore.
Frank Gore not on our list? He's like top 3 all time.
Yes, yeah.
Because he's just long jib.
He is Father Time.
Bro, when he was on that like 49ers team though, that team was stacked on both sides of the ball. I know because they kept eliminating us from the playoffs.
Frank Gore played from 2005 to 2020 for 15 years.
15.
So one more year than.
See, Emmett's still at it.
Alright, but I'm just saying he has like notably the greatest line of all time.
I know, but I'm saying, like.
And Derek's talking about
That'd
a
be
good
good.
receiving core around you. He had a pretty good receiving core around him.
So Marshall Falk has one more year and less than 1,000 yards more.
Total or rushing?
All right.
Total.
That last year he played, he had like maybe 100 yards.
Really?
Damian
Yes.
Thomason's like
Because
last
Steven
2
Jackson came
years.
He was
Yeah.
the only good player on the Jets, so they just used it.
I know he was the
No.
starting running back for
I
the
just
Jets.
looked at his stats.
It's not worse than Marshall's last few years.
His last year, he only had 280 yards.
That's probably what Marshall had. He was the backup to Steven Jackson.
God dang, I can't believe Marshall played that one.
No, he didn't really.
That Steven Jackson was there. I guess Steven Jackson's been retired for a while now, too.
Marshall had 292 yards his last year, 774 the year before, but 300 receiving yards.
Same, when it's all said and done. Kamara's top of the list.
Yeah, with Damian Thomason, 280.
Yeah, his last 3 seasons: 730, 914, 280.
That's like the same as we're literally
Okay, I'm
looking
just
at the
saying.
same
I
thing.
prefer Damian Thompson over Marshall Falk.
Just because he got more 1-yard touchdowns. Right?
One, yeah, all of those are just 1 yard. Every single one of them.
It could be.
Could be. Then how the hell did he have
Or is that
1,800
like a
rushing
back
yards?
screen?
It's something I took at the meat album.
Probably dang.
Marshall doesn't have a single season with more than 1,500
Okay, but who's a winner?
yards. The Rams? Kurt Warner?
Yeah, but he was.
Why is
Corey
Tom ready
Holt?
to go? Why is Tom
Isaac-
ready to go?
Because he isn't?
He's not the GOAT.
This is not what y'all been saying about.
He's the most successful quarterback.
That's what I'd be saying. This dude said he was the GOAT.
That's to piss you off.
LC's got like 400 more rushing attempts.
Dang, that's a lot.
How much? What about receptions?
Marshall has 150 more receptions. He has double the amount of receiving touchdowns. He's got more Pro Bowls. They're tied on All Pros. They're tied on MVPs. Marshall's got the Super Bowl. He's at 3
Yeah, but what
times.
about rushing touchdowns?
Rushing touchdowns? Oh, he's got 100. I mean, he's got 45 more.
And you said double like it was a lot, and it's not double.
It's double.
15.
What?
I mean, 19. No.
17 plus 17 is 34. Add 2, he's
It
got
is double.
36.
I would have thought he would have had more than 36, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, Kurt had other guys to throw to. 3 offensive players of the year, offensive rookie of the year.
I don't care what you say. Everybody says that Chargers team should have won the Super Bowl with the talent they had. So
That's what I'm saying. You act like the Chargers had no talent on the team. They had one of the best tight ends,
I think
Ever?
the best tight end ever.
one
That's
of the
another
best
debate
receivers
that I'm
in the
always on the
league.
wrong side of. Apparently, everyone's like Tony Gonzalez.
Who's better, Kurt Warner or Philip
Philip
Rivers?
Rivers. Who's better out of the 2? I mean, Kurt, but Marshall had Kurt for like 4 years.
I would say skill-wise, they're pretty similar.
What?
You're tripping.
Yeah.
What?
You're tripping.
Philip Rivers is good.
He is
He's
good.
good.
He's not Kurt
He's
Warner.
not as good as Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner's good.
This man just said, well, Philip Rivers.
He took the
Whoa.
Cardinals to the Super Bowl.
That Cardinals team was nice.
Christian, did you scoot over?
Yeah, I did.
I was like, why are you not
You
in
feel the
frame?
heat coming off of me defended Marshall.
So why didn't you take Marshall over Eric?
I mean, I was fine with either.
Why didn't you take Marshall over Eric, though?
I was fine with either.
Why did you take Chris Johnson at all
Because I picked Eddie George.
over Chris Johnson?
Yes. Eddie George is my all-time favorite player.
Who's making the Hall of Fame first?
Probably Chris Johnson. They just screwing Eddie.
How many yards does Eddie even have?
A lot.
Oh, wow.
He had 10,441 rushing yards
Going back to how this all started, maybe LT is
And
5 for me. Maybe.
and 16,000 receiving yards.
16,000? So you're telling me he had more receiving yards than rushing?
By 6,000.
Yeah.
He's a
2,200
top 5 in
rush-
receiving yards.
That's like average. He'd be top 5 in total yards with that much. That's like
That's exactly.
26,000
He had
yards.
he had
That's exactly how many
12,000
rushing yards Frank Gore has.
12,660.
26,000?
No, 16,000.
Oh, I was like, no way.
He has 12,668 yards from scrimmage and 78 total touchdowns.
That doesn't, I don't know, man. I can see why he's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Who?
Eddie George. Only 78 touchdowns.
I mean, I don't know if I'd put him in the Hall of Fame.
How many touchdowns does Chris Johnson have total?
Not a lot because of Lindell White. He's only at like 57, I think.
Damn.
See, makes that argument for Chris Johnson. But when Marshall's sharing reps with an even better running back, so he played
Who?
these years. Steven Jackson.
Marshall was literally on the end of his career, bro.
Okay,
Chris Johnson was in his prime,
He's still
losing.
splitting reps,
Yeah, just like Alvin Kamara.
just like Marshall.
Marshall wasn't splitting in his prime.
At the end, he was.
You can say Steven Jackson had to split reps with Marshall because Marshall was still there. You can't say Marshall,
Bruh.
the last 2 seasons, split reps.
Marshall started like one game his last season, and I don't even know what they.
This man's. He's trying to say split reps. Chris Johnson split reps with Lindell White his whole career.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Lindell White had like a 3-year career.
And Chris Johnson had a 3-year career with the Titans, and then he got hurt.
No. Let's see. Because Lindell White has all these touchdowns. He should have at least 50 touchdowns, right? Based on how you're talking. Let's see. Lindell White has 24 total touchdowns. Did him and Chris Johnson get drafted the same year? Let's see. 2006.
2008.
Okay, so they literally played 1 year together.
No.
Yes, I just looked at it.
I'm telling you. He was there. He was there in 2009.
Let's see, I mean, where's the stupid pro football?
Yeah, he was there in 2009.
2009, Lindell White had
2 touchdowns.
2. Took all of Chris Johnson's 2 touchdowns.
Says he has 1 fumble. You know when that fumble was?
If anything, Lindell
I
White
knew.
took his,
When was it?
got his reps.
It was in the AFC Championship against the Ravens at the 2-yard line, and we lost the game.
And you said that guy's the goat.
Lindell White? I hate Lindell White.
Can you put it to bed now? Then?
What?
That he took all his touchdowns?
No, he did.
He literally took 2. I'm comfortable saying anyone who's within 2 touchdowns of Chris Johnson's all time, Chris
He had-
Johnson can pass him.
He had 15 in 2008.
Was Chris Johnson there?
Yes.
A rookie?
Yes.
Did he get drafted in 2008? Did he get drafted 2007?
2007.
Chris Johnson?
Chris Johnson had 1,200 yards in 2008. And 9 touchdowns.
So you're implying Chris Johnson could have got all 15 of those touchdowns?
Yes, they took Chris Johnson out at the 5-yard line. Every play.
Why do you think that is?
Because because of Jeff Fisher.
Because Lindell's better in that area.
Jeff Fisher's a bitch. You know, he went to the Rams and fucked y'all.
He actually built a pretty good team.
And then fucked y'all.
No, he got out when he needed to, and he left it to Sean. Then we were a playoff team.
Jeff Fisher sucked.
He got talent.
You
Jeff
brought
Fisher-
y'all to your only Super
So what Jeff Fisher did is he comes into a program, starts him off pretty well, and then he fucks them.
Sounds like Urban Meyer.
And then he leaves them, and he gets all of the players from that team to follow him to the new team. Because he went from the Titans to the Rams, and the Rams had like 8 players from the Titans.
We had 3.
It's like 24.
We had Jared Cook, we had Kenny Britt, we had Cortland Finnegan.
There's more.
And if anything, y'all could have those 3 back.
Bro, Kenny Britt was a star.
Star.
Yeah, he was literally
A
Saquon
one
Barkley.
star.
Out here, your best receiver's Marquise Colston, bud.
I'll take Marquise over
Marquise
Kenny
Col-
Britt. though.
Marquise Colston is a sleeper, bro. Look at his stats.
He doesn't even have 10,000 yards.
Yet, maybe not 10,000, but he played like 9 years and had like 9,500.
You taking Marquise Colson over Michael Thomas?
I mean,
He should have,
Currently?
if he
Probably.
played 9 years, he should have 10,000 yards, dude.
He doesn't.
I'm just saying he should. If he played 9
If he
years.
was that good,
I'm just saying, he's still better than Kenny Britt.
Well, yeah, Kenny Britt was literally Saquon Barkley, who
No.
came in the league supposed to be a star and then just got injured.
Saquon showed the flashes.
So did Kenny Britt, bro.
Kenny Britt had one good game.
What?
And then he got injured, and he would never
He
recover.
didn't get hurt after one game.
Nobody comments anymore.
Why'd you sound so heartbroken?
Yeah, so 9 years, he had 9,700 yards,
Oh, nice.
72 touchdowns.
So you
Now
taking
let's
him or
look.
Michael Thomas?
I mean, Mark Thomas gets his ass on the field.
Yeah,
Now let's look.
I'm not loving 97 though, man.
I mean, in 9 years, that's over 1,000 yards a year.
That's like 8,000
Average.
yards a year.
It's like 11. It's like 1,100.
If it was 1,100, he'd be at 10,000.
Yeah. Basically.
You know? As the number one receiver, bro.
All right. In 11 years, Chad Ochocinco only has 10,000.
Yeah, but his last two were probably ass. What was his last two?
I mean,
seasons?
Marcus Colston, he only played 5 games his last season. So technically, in 8 in 5 games, he has.
But I'd still take Chad over Marquise just because Chad had a split with Hoofman's Auto. most
And
of
he
his
only
career.
had 67 touchdowns.
Chad?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, they're fine in the same
I'm just
boat.
saying, you put up Marcus Colston with like most receivers in those like same 10 years, and he's right there. But people just don't talk about him. Name another one in that like time span.
That people don't talk about?
No, that like to look up to compare to him.
To compare? I'd say he's in the boat with like Vincent Jackson and I think Brandon's better than those guys. Santonio Holmes, Mike Wallace. No,
Oh,
Mike's
yeah.
below those guys.
No, Vincent Jackson played 12 years, bro.
But how many yards?
9,000.
Alright, it's worse. But I'd still put him in that class.
Right, Santonio Holmes played like the exact same amount of seasons, and he's got like 9.8.
Yeah, but these are the guys I'm like comparing him to. That's where I put Marquise Colston with.
Okay, who was better than him in those? that you-
Who's better?
Yeah.
I'd say like Brandon Marshall. In that same time frame.
Are you looking up, like,
You guys help me with some names here.
All right, Brandon Marshall has 12,000. Brandon Marshall, bro, Brandon Marshall played for 12 years. It doesn't seem like
I
that.
don't really count that last year though. Was that like with y'all and the Giants?
7 games. I mean, there's 2 more games. Well, Giants, Seahawks, he had 7. Brandon Marshall never played for the Saints. You were thinking of Champ Bailey.
He tried to play for y'all. Didn't y'all bring him in after Dez got hurt?
I think maybe you're right. And now, yeah, he signed with Seattle and then the Giants. Yeah.
Obviously, Randy Moss is better.
Damn, his first year with the Jets, he had 1,500 yards. That's crazy.
Dude, they won like 11 games and didn't make the playoffs. Or 10 games. Can you guys help me with some great receivers
I'm
in the last 20
I'm
years?
really going.
Oh, I didn't know you could just compare guys.
Steve Smith, I'd say he's better than Marquise Colston.
Probably.
In the last how many
Anquan
years?
Bolden?
Like in the time Marquise Colston played,
What about Anquan Bolden?
I'd say
Andre
Anquan Bolden's
Johnson.
better. Andre Johnson.
Steve Smith had 14,000.
I'm saying those are the guys I'd put over that class.
But Steve Smith played for 15 years.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not his fault he was able to.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Marcus Colston's like on par with these dudes.
but then he couldn't keep going.
I mean, 9 years is pretty good.
I'd say he was in that like first class, that like B class, and then like the Andre Johnson, Steve Smith, and Torrey Holt. That
Calvin
was that
Johnson.
A class.
Check Calvin Johnson. Compare him and Marcus Colston.
I already know Calvin Johnson.
He had a short career.
Yeah, but he was getting like 1,800 a year.
What about Cooper Kupp? Who's better?
Cooper's already at like 6,000 yards. Bro.
In 6 seasons? Or 5 seasons?
Probably around there.
But see, that's the same as Marcus Colston's pace.
Yeah, but Cooper missed a year.
A full year.
Not full year.
No legs.
Marcus Colston had a 7-game season and a 5-game season.
Why?
Injury.
Yeah, tell him to grow up.
Derrick Henry missed all half last year.
And he
To grow
was
up.
still top 6 in rushing yards.
He
Tell-
could have been
tell
number
Al-
1 all time in the
Tell,
season if
tell,
he.
Tell
Well-
Alvin Kamara to catch up.
He's a dual threat. He doesn't just run.
Cooper got drafted 2017, so he's played 5 years.
Alvin Kamara can't even catch up in 9 extra games.
He didn't play all of last season either.
And some of this season.
What?
He's probably getting suspended.
Alvin?
You haven't heard this?
The Vegas shit?
Yeah, they're saying like,
Yeah,
on
he
the
beat
up to 6
somebody?
games.
Well, he got him like a street fight, right?
Yeah.
That's stupid as hell.
How did you not hear about
I
that?
know, that's what I'm saying.
That was huge.
You don't get like feeds on
It
this?
was
I
like
heard
2
about the
months
fight,
ago.
but I didn't know they were going to suspend.
I didn't know he was
Hey,
getting
look,
suspended
there's
either.
your comment, bro.
What up, Dirk?
Is that what he said? Or did he call you a derogatory?
I think it's just there.
I don't know. It looks like a bunch of like.
If he for real called you derogatory, whatever you said. Let us know in the chat, bro. AP, LaDainian Thomason. White seems to think AP.
How do we have 4
I
people?
said
in
David
the
Thompson.
Everybody says LT now because LT is better than AP,
Barely.
and AP is literally known as one of the goats.
LT
My thing
known as
is,
one of the good
my
players.
question is, how come, like the greatest of all times always stop after like this, like 90s? Like old heads just put it in they drill it in us that Barry
We just
Sanders.
said AP and LT are both.
Wait,
in
now
there.
we have, but like, and you bring my dad down here, what is he gonna say?
Thank
Nah,
you.
Barry. He literally said
Jim Brown.
Barry Sanders, Jim Brown, Gale Sayers.
Well,
like
I
Gale
think-
Sayers,
well,
bro.
I think Barry Sanders is the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but we've already compared Barry and LT, and LT shatters his.
I think Randy
Everything.
Moss is the greatest of all time.
He does not shatter everything.
Oh, sorry.
That was weird. Like I thought somebody
What is
walked by him, but I
$15
didn't see them.
check from Amazon.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, Jeff Bezos, for giving us $15.
15? I thought you said 50.
Hey man, that's some McDonald's money,
So
bro.
weird.
Hey, you hear that?
I heard. Did
Jordan-
you talk to me?
Jordan said, hey, that's some McDonald's money.
There you go.
That's exactly what it
That's I'm
is.
saying. I don't know what.
When you go on the app.
Hey,
Well,
LT or
Go on the
AP?
app.
Quarter pounder.
LT,
Yeah, thank
LT
you.
or Jim Brown?
Jim,
LT or Walter Payton?
The man that's like
Walter.
looking
LT
directly
or
at
Bo
you.
Sanders?
I fucking heard.
Who?
I
Bo
meant
Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Barry,
LT or Bo Jackson?
Bo.
Yeah, Bo had 2,000 yards, bud. Idiot.
What are you talking about?
Bo Jackson had a scrub of a career.
He got injured.
He had 2,000 yards.
Okay.
Marcus Colston.
Or
Or
Jarvis
Randy
Landry.
Moss.
Jarvis.
Gotta keep it casual.
Jeremy Shock.
Wick.
Or Austin Hooper.
Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Without
know,
the attitude.
if you're thinking about, you know, Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase for receivers under 25, I'm taking Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry or Calvin Johnson.
Calvin.
Okay.
Hey, would you
I see
consider
that
Sean
now.
Alexander an underwhelming running back?
Underwhelming.
Like an underperforming career?
Yeah, I'd call him a scrub.
Pushing it too far.
No, actually,
Actually,
like a bust of a running back. He
I
played
think
7
he was
seasons.
better than he played. He was a better talent than he played.
So
What?
underwhelming.
I don't know if it was his offensive line, but he should have been better than that.
I think it was when Matt Hasselbeck said,
Thank
we're
you.
getting the ball and we're going
We're
to
gonna
score,
score.
and then do an interception.
Al
He was like, I'm
Harris.
done with this team.
Why? Who likes Sean?
Well, he picked him as underwhelming.
He was underwhelming.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
He
was.
had 5 seasons with over 1,200 rushing yards.
I'd
he
like
should
to
have been
think the
better.
academy.
I didn't
Bro,
say
this is the man that said Jarvis Landry
I
over
didn't say
Jamar
he
Chase
didn't have-
and
Okay,
Justin
so-
Jefferson.
I
Derrick
didn't say
Henry's
he
at
didn't have
5
a
years
good
now,
short
right?
career.
So what if he just done after
No.
this?
I would be pissed.
Underwhelming career, right?
No.
Exactly.
You're full of shit.
How was that an underwhelming career?
Because after
The
those 5
trajectory he
years,
set.
yeah, after those 5 years, you're expecting him to have another good, at least 3.
Bro, he's gonna finish with the most rushing yards that a running back ever had.
Who, Derek?
Okay, but so you have that high expectation. So if he
15
just
years deep.
if he just ends up with like a 700-yard season, a 600-yard season, and then it's just gone.
I'd be
That's
pissed.
underwhelming.
I don't
That
think he's
don't mean
going to
he's
play
a-
long enough to get
Yeah,
the
he's
record.
not a scrub. Sean wasn't a scrub. Sean should have been better than he was.
That's all I was saying.
He should have been better than he was. He had an underwhelming career. We're talking about career, not season.
Right.
All right, do you guys want to do this tournament
I
now?
got you. I'm with you.
See, thank you.
I know what
we're
you're
at
saying.
50 minutes already.
Yeah, this will take no time at all.
Okay. But I don't think Derrick Henry's going to play for 15 years to beat Emmitt Smith's record.
He'll probably have like 3, 4 before he starts splitting reps. He already had his first serious injury. And he plays for a Titans team, you know. You always end your career early when you play there.
What?
No, that's Detroit.
No.
What?
He had over 10,000 rushing yards.
How many times?
Over 10,000?
No, I
Name,
thought you said 2,000.
name
I mean,
anyone
once.
from Tennessee who had like a 10-year career.
Eddie George.
He played 10 years.
He was like 7.
He was.
Say,
Steve McNair.
the Titans just get away with it, bro.
All right,
So
so
the Lions
I
had the
don't
better.
follow the Titans.
The
We're
Titans
gonna-
had the better talent, but they just get away with ruining guys' careers. Dude.
we're gonna run through this real quick. All right,
What
so
position is this?
check. Running backs.
Hey, Derek.
Didn't we do
What?
it already?
got
We
one
have,
for
yeah.
you.
This is a different one.
No,
Underwhelming.
Uh-huh.
Christian Okoye.
I don't even know what that is.
That's that Chiefs running back.
Okay.
You
The
know who
American
that is?
Nightmare.
No.
Exactly.
Hey, Steve Atwater put him on his ass. Though.
Really?
That's like all he's known for.
All right, so
2,
all of these running backs,
2.
yards per scrimmage. Okay, I get it.
Look
Let's
him
play
up.
1.
Christian Okoye. Look
All
him
right,
up. The
I will.
Nigerian Nightmare.
That's what
All
it is, Nigerian.
All
I
right,
thought that was
so
Kamaru's.
these are all running backs. This is yards per scrimmage with touchdowns, and I got their height and weight in there.
1.
Well, you gonna let me talk? We're trying to get through this in 8 minutes. Well, you know, like
That's why I'm
15
trying to be
max.
fast.
All right. Yeah, but they don't know. 1 year or player 1, 7 years, 6'1", 220 pounds, 9,339 yards in scrimmage and 55 touchdowns. Player 2, 6 years, 5'9", 195 pounds, 9,214 yards per scrimmage and 43 touchdowns.
He had 9,000 yards in only 6 years.
Scrimmage yards.
Scrimmage yards.
Pretty good.
The other guy had 125 more yards in 1 year, but he also had 12 more touchdowns.
I still like number 2.
I like 1.
It's up to Christian to decide.
Said 2.
He
2.
nodded when I said 2.
One's got the 12 more touchdowns, bro.
Yeah, in 1
Oh,
year.
you just argued
That's
about
doable.
how LT isn't
Well,
better
hang
because
on.
of touchdowns.
Hang on.
12
We-
touchdowns in 1
Hang-
year is doable.
Hang on. We see how guys be tanking at the end. All right.
All right.
So his 7th year is his last year?
Player 3.
Okay, yeah. Go 2.
Player 3, 6 years, 6 foot, 228 pounds, 9,630 yards and 68 touchdowns. Or player 4, 8 years, 5'11", 227 pounds, 6,850 and 33 touchdowns.
Yeah.
3,
Three.
definitely.
All right.
Just
Player 5,
whooping this man.
5 years, 5 foot 10 inches, 215 pounds, 7,501 yard, and 67 touchdowns. Or player 5 or 6, 4 years, 5 foot 11, 227 pounds, 5,567 yards, and 39 touchdowns,
Let's do
Yeah,
5.
5. That's 30 more touchdowns.
and 2,000 more yards. Goddamn. I don't even remember these players because it was so long ago. All right, player.
Do you have them written down?
Yeah. Player 7 and 8. Player 7 is 6 years, 6'3", 247 pounds, 7,643 yards, and 68 touchdowns. And player 8, 11 years, 6 foot, 205 pounds, 9,088 yards, and 54 touchdowns.
7.
7.
Really?
The
Wow.
other guy has almost as many yards in like 4 less years.
And less
Double the
touchdowns.
career.
Wait, this
Or
was
and
7
more
and 8?
Yeah,
Yeah.
7 and 8.
Oh, yeah, my bad. 7.
All right, 8 and 9. 9 and 10. Both 9 years. First one is 5'7", 210, 11,111 yards, 79 touchdowns. The other guy's 5'10", 203, 10,000 yards, 10,275 yards, and 71 touchdowns.
5'7". Wow, he's a short running back.
I like 9,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say 9.
but he is short. Is that Darren Sproles?
Or Warwick Dunn, or Boogie, what's his name? Muggsy Bogues.
Football?
Basketball, but
Muggsy Bogues would actually be tall for the NFL.
What? Wasn't he like 5'5"?
He'd still be kind of short.
He's not 5'5". He's like 6 foot, 5'10".
Muggsy Bogues.
No, he's the isn't he the
He's
shortest
like-
player
he's
of all
like
time?
5'6".
Yeah, he's like.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, he's short.
You might have been thinking of like Nate Robinson or something.
Maybe.
All right, so player 11 and 12. Player 11, 10 years, 5'11", 145, 11,906 yards and 64 touchdowns. Player 12, 8 years, 6'1", 227, 8,873 yards and 68 touchdowns. So 11 and 12.
I'll take 12. I think he can make up. Oh, he already has more touchdowns, right?
Yeah, and he just needs about 3,000 yards in 2 years.
Less than 3.
Yeah.
1,500.
Yeah, I'd take 12.
Yeah.
Did you say a little less than 3? That's more than 3.
I was looking at.
Yeah, but why said a little less than 3? That's
Oh,
like
I was
3,000
looking-
and
11 and 12, right?
3
Yeah.
and some change.
Yeah.
So he needs like 3,000 yards.
You guys going 12?
Yes. I don't know if he'll make that 3,000 yards, but he'll probably
But the
get at least 10
touchdowns,
touchdowns.
Yeah. All right, so 13 and 14, we got 5 years, 6'1", 220, 5,886 yards and 41 touchdowns, and 9 years, 6'1", 225, 9,843 yards and 51 touchdowns.
How much did the first guy play? Years?
5 with 58, 86, and 41, and then the other guy's 9 with 98, 43, and 51.
I
So,
like 13. There's no guarantee he'll get there, though.
yeah,
I mean, he's
the
only, 10 touchdowns behind?
10
He is.
touchdowns, but 4,000 yards, like almost exactly 4,000 yards.
In 4 seasons, though.
Yeah.
That's only
And it's yards of
a season.
scrimmage.
Yeah, but you see these guys be tanking at the end. I'll say 13. They do.
All right,
But the other
Last
guy
one-
drafted that much in 9.
last one
Only
in
make it.
last one in the first
Probably
round.
Like 8, 9,
We got
10 years.
15, 5 years, 5'11", 205 pounds, 6,602 yards and 47 touchdowns. And then 16, 7 years, 6'1", 215, 8,388 yards and 67 touchdowns. So 2 more years, about 1,500, maybe 1,700 more yards, and 20 more touchdowns.
I like 16.
Yeah, I was thinking 16.
All right. So we got 2 and 3. I'll read them out. We got 6. Both are 6 years. First guy is 5'9", 195 with 9,214 yards and 43 touchdowns. The other guy is 6 foot 228, 9,630 yards and 68 touchdowns.
30.
Yeah.
All right, 5 and 7. We got 5 years, 5'10", 215, 7,500 yards, 67 touchdowns. And 7 is 6 years, 6'3",
That helps me a little.
6'3", 247, 7,643 yards and 68 touchdowns.
That's close.
Mhm.
Probably go 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was
It's
gonna
almost
say, I
gotta go
think I'd
5
go
because the
5.
numbers are just about the same. Just
Yeah.
as one last year.
All right, 9 and 12. All right, 9 is 9 years, 5'7", 210, 11,111 yards and 79 touchdowns. Or 12 is 8 years, 6'1", 227, 8,873 yards with 68 touchdowns.
That's the first guy.
How many years is 1 year difference?
Yeah.
I like the first guy too. 9.
9.
Yeah.
All right, 13 and 16. All right, 13 is 5 years, 6'1", 220, 5,886 yards and 41 touchdowns. 16 is 7 years, 6'1", 215, 8,388 yards, and 67 touchdowns.
I like 16.
Yeah.
All right. So 3 verse 5. We got 3, 6 years, 6 foot, 228, 9,630 yards with 68 touchdowns, and then 5 is 5 years, 5'10", 215, 7,501 yards and 67 touchdowns. So only one less touchdown, but he's lacking on
2,000
yeah.
yards.
I like 5.
5 over 3, you say? What about you?
It's like 10 touchdowns. It'll be 10 touchdowns ahead and however
Close
many
on
yards.
yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
You
I'll
think
go
he's-
5.
You think he's gonna get over 2,000 yards?
No, I don't think it'll get
No,
2,000.
he won't get over 2,000. I think it'll make it close though.
He'll have
His-
at least 10
his
more
touchdowns will
touchdowns. Most likely.
outshine the other guy's touchdowns by quite a bit.
All right, 9 and 16. 9 years, 5'7", 210, 11,111 yards with 79 touchdowns. And then 7 years, 6'1", 215, 8,388 yards and 67 touchdowns. So, 9, 16.
Kind of like 9.
Yeah.
yeah.
13 touchdowns in 2 years is doable, but talking his possibly last 2 years.
To get
And he
basically
needs like
3,000 yards. So 16?
Although I like this dude's build better.
Yeah.
All right, so 9 and 5.
He's 5'7", 210.
That's what I'm saying.
9 years, 5'7", 210, 11,111 yards and 79 touchdowns, or 5 years, 5'10", 215, 7,501 yards and 67 touchdowns.
Who is this between?
5 and 9.
You wrote 16.
Oh.
But how tall was Maurice Jones-Drew?
I think he was about
probably-
5'7".
79 touchdowns too.
That's what I was thinking of.
9 years.
I might go with that one, honestly.
But who's
So 4 years, he would need about 3,500 yards, 3,600 yards, and 13 or 12 touchdowns in 4 years,
5 has made it here so far.
based off of projections.
Yeah. We'll go with the kid.
You going with 5?
Yeah.
So you said 9, right?
I liked 9.
It's all up to Wyatt.
So he needs 12 touchdowns in 4 years.
I mean, that's 3 a year.
Yeah.
So that's definitely doable. What's the yards though? Per year?
3,600.
Yeah.
But what is that per year?
Oh,
That'd
per
be
year.
like 800, 700.
Yeah, I like 5.
All right, 5-1. Christian's the only one who didn't pick 5. The champion is Alvin Kamara.
Wow.
You did not pick Alvin Kamara.
So,
Idiot. All right,
There's
number
9
1.
MJD.
Yeah. This was literally the same list as when Zeke won.
That was
The one that I had you
wait,
do.
so
Yeah.
who won it? Or who
I
was
thought you
the
said we
number?
didn't do
Who was
this
the other
one.
guy?
I know.
We did it because it's yards per scrimmage.
Oh.
Wait,
it's
so
just the
Zeke
same
was the
list.
second guy?
You're
right.
Zeke won the last one where it was
Well,
just
who was
rush
the
yards.
second guy on this one?
Maurice Jones-Drew.
I knew it.
So how far did Zeke go on this
Damn
one?
it.
Number 3. Zeke kind of made it a little
He
far.
lost to Alvin,
Yeah.
which he could have not lost to Alvin.
Oh, they're just all here.
Murray, Ray Rice.
Which with you and Ray Rice?
He said it's the same list.
It's literally the same exact list as I
Just
did with the
scrimmage
rest.
yards instead of rushing.
Yeah. And we did that in about 12 minutes.
Fuck 12.
Who did Henry get eliminated by?
Probably Kamara as well.
Huh?
So probably Kamara as well.
Tony Dorsett and Marcus Allen as best of all time? No.
Hey, 24/7 was cool.
Yeah, but top 5?
I mean, not top 5. He was cool.
I didn't say I picked those guys. I got O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, Christian said the juice.
Huh?
Christian said the juice.
There you go.
Which one's your biggest surprise?
Like, based on how far they went?
Yeah.
How non-far Derrick Henry.
Now you guys be hanging on
Where
Derrick
is
Henry.
Derrick Henry? 7?
I didn't even know it was him.
So he made it out of the first round.
Yeah, so he was able to beat Reggie Bush.
Hey, Chris,
I would have put him over
if he
Alvin.
drive like he ran, he wouldn't have got caught.
I mean, Derrick is a little sandbagged by that first season or two.
Yeah, with
but,
DeMarco.
but I guess Kamara is too with Mark Ingram.
Yeah, but he split carries with Mark Ingram. Derrick Henry just got like put in occasionally.
Big old bro.
Damn, Melvin Gordon actually made it to the quarters.
And
go ahead,
he-
Melvin Gordon.
He pushed Mauricio Drew because you guys were like, oh man, 16 maybe.
Man, I can't believe Melvin Gordon's been in the league 7 years already.
I know.
It's like yesterday, he like broke that record in college.
He's an old man. And then the very next week, the record got broken by somebody else.
Samaj AP,
It
right?
was so stupid.
Is that an Oklahoma guy?
Yeah. He's
You
the
know, it's-
Bengals' backup running back.
You know, it's the craziest stat about Melvin Gordon. He was like on pace to like rush for what, like 150 yards a game every time, 200 yards a game, and then he played Ohio State and rushed for like 80.
He's going to take that, bro.
What was the
Facts.
score to that game? Like 49-0.
Hey, hang on. He probably could have had the 150 though if they just weren't getting blown out from the gate.
No, he couldn't have. The defense was. He still ran for like 22 times. Our defense was just that. That was the year we won the national.
All I know is
championship.
that he got gypped out of the Heisman that year.
Who won it?
Mariota.
Let's see.
Yeah, he
Let's
definitely
see.
did. Then
Yeah.
Mariota.
Did you like Oregon?
You remember what Oregon did in the
Oh, that's
championship?
Matt who likes Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt likes Oregon.
But I
They-
swear it was only because of Mariota, because now he doesn't talk about it.
Devin likes Oregon.
I mean, they did get like new unis and stuff all the time.
All right, well, to your one viewer who I don't even know who you are, thanks for checking in on us.
Present yourself.
We're signing off. This has been Room Full of Football.
Like
Happy 5th of July.
2,500 rushing yards.
I didn't say nothing.
Tell your mom you love her.
Gypped.
Tell your mom that she has rights in your heart
Are you
because
going to
America
replicate
doesn't
that in
believe so.
HCA?
Yes.
You get it?